Emma Thompson's new film puts women's pleasure on center stage. Thompson plays a woman who has never had an orgasm before in Good Luck to You, Grande, enlisting the services of a sex worker to help change that. There's no shortage of actors in Hollywood, but when it comes to Emma Thomspon, hers is a face, voice, and acting resume beloved by all around the world. With her trademark wit and warm persona, she appears as someone we not only admire, but feel somewhat close to. With so many of us have grown up watching her films on the big screen, and in the comfort of our own living rooms, we got to know Thompson through her characters. It's no wonder then that when that scene occurred in Love Actually where she unwraps her Christmas gift excitedly, we all felt the crushing blow to the heart reflected in her glassy eyes. It seems that anything Thompson feels on the screen or off is something of a collective feeling for us all. In a recent interview with Glamour, Thompson spoke about the importance of the film for its ability to shine a spotlight on women's pleasure, and also normalize the fact that for a lot of women, orgasm is something that has evaded them for a great many years of their life. Nobody talks about women's sexual pleasure because they are not interested. Whereas as soon as erectile dysfunction began to be discussed, a drug was immediately invented. Obviously, women and their bodies, periods, menopause, we're not talking about any of this, she told the publication.
Especially if you feel uncomfortable in your body and you don't like your body, it's quite difficult to then say, oh, you should be experiencing lots of sexual pleasure. So all of these things are connected, all of the suppression of information about the female body. It's a complete and utter refusal to make the way in which women's bodies work a part of the mainstream conversation.
As Thompson suggests, female pleasure has largely been sidelined in favor of male pleasure. Asked about how conversations around sex need to change for the younger generation, Thompson stressed the importance of open communication. Sex education is basically nuts and bolts, it's not an emotional education. What I would add is sexually emotional education, said Thompson. We've somehow relegated sex to our genitalia, which is reductive, and also completely wrong. People feel desire in all sorts of different parts of their bodies. Directed by Sophie Hyde, the film also stars Daryl McCormack as Leo Grande. It's set to arrive to Australian audiences on August 18, and given that it was created by Hulu, we anticipate that it will be available for streaming on Stan or Disney+. The film's final scene also sees Thompson bear it all in front of the camera, something that she found particularly daunting at the age of 62. Speaking about just what that moment meant to her as an actress and individual who has struggled with body image, she says, I think one of the great tragedies in our lives, in women's lives, is the time, effort, energy, the passion that we've wasted on not being able to accept our own bodies. And I think it's very, very difficult to undo that, but somehow we have to try. That's my contribution. It's a small contribution, but that's all that I can do. And people will follow up so that we normalize normal bodies, bodies that haven't been treated, haven't been industrialized in some way, and made acceptably. As Thompson adds, we're all used to comparing ourselves to bodies that are not, generally speaking, what human beings have.